So today I'm going to be teaching you how to do some beautiful Sharpie nail art. We're going to be doing one of the nails with a kind of marbled look using black Sharpie, and then the other nail here we are going to do a vibrant, colorful watercolor kind of look. So first of all, I painted both of these nails with a white base coat. So you can choose really any color that you want. Generally, you should choose something that's light so that the Sharpie actually shows up on it. But yeah, so I've used white on both of these nails, and then I've done a no wipe top coat on both of these. And the reason that we do that layer of no wipe top coat over top of whatever color we choose is because the Sharpie actually has a tendency to kind of soak into the gel polish colors because they're a little bit more porous. So when you add that layer of shiny no wipe top coat, it just doesn't give it a chance to soak into anything, and you have more time to maneuver it with the alcohol before it starts to soak in. So first of all, I've got my nails ready here. We want to take our alcohol, and I like to just give it a couple of pumps just like this. Woo! Squirted right up. So there's like a nice pool where I can dip my brush into as I work. So I like to keep it nice and full in there because we're going to be using the alcohol to disperse the Sharpie. So I'm just going to put that off on the side and zoom in here. All right, so what we're going to do first is we're going to take our black Sharpie, and we are going to just kind of like randomly draw some lines into the nail. Okay, and then we're going to take our alcohol soaked brush, and we're just going to lightly dab along those lines. Just like that. So this just disperses the color really beautifully, and it allows for that really nice marbly vibe. And you can come in and kind of add a little bit wherever you need it. Just like that. And take away wherever you want it lightened a bit. And you can take your brush and dip it into the alcohol as much as you need to. If you pick up too much alcohol, you can always dab your brush off on the back of your hand or on a little wipe, just so that the alcohol isn't pooling and removing too much of your Sharpie. So I'm going to come in and just add a little bit more black right here. Just being careful not to screw around with it too much, because if you keep on overworking it, it just kind of loses its nice color variance between the white and the Sharpie that we laid down in the first place. So just like that. I'm just kind of maneuvering it until you're happy with the way that it has landed on the nail. And maybe just add a little bit more right here. And then again, taking our brush and just dispersing that line. Beautiful. So that's how we do our marbled Sharpie art. And then we're gonna take a bunch of nice bright colors for this next nail. So let's do like a nice pink, a nice blue, and then maybe a nice green. Okay, so we'll get all those ready. And then I'm just gonna come in and I'm gonna just do the same thing. I'm gonna randomly scribble patches of color. You wanna work decently quickly. The longer that Sharpie sits on the nail for, the less it's gonna disperse. So coming in with our alcohol, making sure that the black is all off of our brush from that last round. And then coming in and just lightly patting that until it's dispersed to our liking. And being sure not to dip my brush into multiple different colors at once. As you can see, I'm just dipping it onto the pink, and then I clean off my brush and get more alcohol on it, and then dip it into the blue, and so on and so forth. So you can keep on doing this until you're happy with how the colors have dispersed. It's going to create a really beautiful watercolor kind of vibe, like when you look at a watercolor painting. Just going to take away a little bit of this product here so it's not so dark. And then just correcting it wherever we need to. I think right here I'm just going to wipe away a little bit there. Just kind of blend those lines a little bit more. Beautiful. So making sure that those edges are nice and blended out. And then once that's all dried, what you can do to give it an extra little added touch is just kind of getting a little bit of alcohol on your brush again and just kind of doing some random little dots. See how it just spreads it out like that? Isn't that so cool? So just some kind of like random little dots here and there just to give it a little bit more depth. And then you can even come in and add color where you see fit. So I think we need a little bit more blue up here and maybe a little bit more blue down here. So taking my alcohol again and just lightly touching that so that it nicely disperses. Nice. So I'll just give that a second here to disperse. And then I'm going to come in again with just a little bit of clean alcohol and do that same thing. Just to get a few more of those little spots. Beautiful. So once you're happy with the way that that looks, then you can add your top coat. So whatever you choose. I'm going to do shiny today, I think. So I'll take my shiny and I'm just going to paint that on the whole nail. Make sure that it's really nice and dry before you go ahead and paint the top coat on, or it can kind of pull some of the Sharpie pigment away. Beautiful. And now we cure that for 30 seconds in our LED lamp, and then we are all done. Thank you so much for watching today.